All right, we'll get started. Because Holly is on Zoom, we need to do roll call. So Bob Detoma.
Here.
Holly McCormick.
Here.
Sean.
Here.
Andy.
Here.
Lucas.
Here.
Daryl.
Here.
And Justin is here. Anne Marie Foley was let me know she would be unable to join us. She is on vacation this week, so.
Can I grab a pen out of your office?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she's the select board.
She used to be Matt. Now
She's the one that my wife's working with for the Feedback Earth
Oh.
stuff.
All right. Well, Sean is getting a pin. First item on the agenda is previous meeting minutes. Is there any updates? I know Sean made a couple of updates. That was the only thing that I saw the first time.
I made a couple, but he made them, so.
Okay.
Move to accept the minutes as written.
I have a motion to accept the minutes as written. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second. All right, roll call vote. Bob?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
Holly?
Aye.
Justin, aye. Minutes are accepted as written. Next up, Andy, Vietnam Memorial update.
Vietnam Memorial update, okay, the memorial is in the process of being made right now. Is expected to be delivered on the 16th or 17th of this month to 30 Providence Road in a case. And we were talking with Mr. Berger before he retired, and he said that town definitely would not mount it. I said, well, that's not what you initially gave me for an answer. So he said, well, the answer right now is we're not gonna mount it, you're gonna have to get somebody else to do it. I brought that to Stoney, and he said maybe we'd have to go out and look at some other places. Well, before I did that, I talked to Paul Canoia. He's top engineer in the DPW at Town of Grafton.
Yep.
Very good friend of mine from the fire department, and I pulled some strings, and I think they're gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay? He was looking at the existing one, how it was mounted. I'm trying to get the confirmation from the people that are making this plaque that they're gonna provide the mounting hardware, or do we have to purchase it separate? Okay, and what would it be, what's the thread dimensions and everything else, because it's going through concrete block wall like this building right here. It's gonna punch through that concrete block in 4 or 5 places. It weighs 275 pounds.
Yep.
It's 5 feet long, 35 inches high, 1 inch thick, and it's solid bronze. So it will be mounted similarly to the first one. That's what I got.
Okay.
What I understand from my contact, my other Andy, I never found out what his last name is, by the way. I told Sean today. All of this stuff we've been working with for the last year and a half is to get this thing made. Is what I figure out he's got to be one of the owners of Crown Trophy because he's able to make decisions without talking to a bunch of other people. Okay, so he said he's going to charge us $11,000. Okay, so that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like to say with the quotes and everything, we were looking at 16, 17, 18,000.
Yeah.
His comment, he says, look, we make our money on trophies.
Yeah.
Okay, this thing it's a thing on the side. We're going to handle it for you. We will charge you what it costs us to make it.
Okay. Perfect.
No problem.
That's fine.
Yeah, once we get it, if it's good, Sean, if you want to draft up a thank you letter, I think you still have another one that we need to send it. No, we did send those out. Yeah, but we can send out a thank you letter. We'll sign
Yeah.
it. Awesome.
And when it gets on site, first thing I'm going to do is make a phone call to someone that initially called me in 2009 and said, "Where's my name on this plaque?" So when I verify his name's on that plaque, I'm going to call him, take a picture. I says, "It's here."
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
Next up on the agenda, Old Cemetery flagpoles, any updates? I know we talked about after 4th of July.
I got everything down at my shop. I'm pretty much just going through them right now, so making sure that the ropes all run correctly. I'm going to be testing out the solar lights this weekend to make sure that they are functional. It's easier to replace when they're on a picnic table than
Yeah.
when they're 25 feet in the air. So I'm assuming Monday or Tuesday, unless a meteorite hits the common, I'm assuming we're going to be over there putting those flagpoles up. So
Perfect.
we'll be ready next week.
All right. Sounds great news.
Not the common, but the old cemetery, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the Sampson Square and flagpole dedication ceremonies, been looking at a couple of different ways of doing this, and it's pretty. So here's an order of service that you can do. You can do them very simple. This one is for actually retirement of the colors, but really it's just like an official welcome, an invocation, general comments, unveiling of the memorial, and presentation and acceptance of the memorial. And then you end with a benediction, and you can either end with taps or just closing comments. So really, I think for these two, for definitely, we can either stick with the same, it's the same kind of ceremony, and we just do one ceremony. Doesn't matter if it's a rededication or a dedication, which is probably gonna be easier for us, but, maybe 30 minutes,
Yeah.
But not that
Yeah.
long.
they get in and out pretty quickly. So, this is something that when do we wanna try to do this? Is this something that we wanna try to do around Veterans Day?
Initially, you wanted to do it in conjunction with something with the kids.
I do,
But-
yeah.
but I don't think that we got enough meat there to do it with the kids. I mean, they can see what it is, a quick ceremony like that, but, the guy, he really doesn't have a war record.
Yeah, for Sampson Square, yeah.
So we'll be rededicating the flagpole.
Yeah.
Not necessarily rededicating the fact that he's honored there. We could, mention his name and that kind of stuff, but to say it's just a short blurb, nothing fancy,
Yeah.
okay? We talking about a benediction or something like that. A priest right across the street did the one at Sampson Square for Memorial Day. He made a short reading, he made a short comment, and he was done. He was 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. I'm a friend of him, he lives right across the street in the rectory, so it's an easy walk. Okay, if you like to have him do it.
Yeah, if he's already done one before, and I was thinking about it, as I was looking at this, I agree with you, like maybe the kids for this, it's probably not gonna work
They're
out.
gonna get more out of this other one with the Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with this one, Lucas, do you wanna take this on and just get a couple of, come up with a couple of things for both of them? Come up
Sure.
with a date. I think if maybe we did it around, given how quick and easy this is, would Veterans Day work?
Maybe.
How close, physically close is it to South Grafton VFW? I'm trying to remember.
It's a mile up the road.
Yeah.
So if you did it Veterans Day, could you time it up, like, say 9:30 in the morning? And then that gives folks time to regroup?
We're lucky to get guys.
Oh, wait a minute, wait.
We're lucky to get guys by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I was gonna
This-
say.
Yeah,
This year, we're going to this post,
this post.
not the other one. Okay,
Right.
yeah, all right, well, that canceled that thought.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this is, we'd obviously send out invites to VFW, the Post, or the Legion, excuse me,
Mhm.
but,
Where's the flagpole?
the flagpoles will be right over here, Old Cemetery.
Oh,
No,
No, no.
Sampson Square.
Different topic.
There's two.
Different
So there's
topic.
there's Sampson Square and the flagpoles. We need to dedicate the flagpoles.
Oh.
Here.
Yes, that now comes into picture. I'm trying to say, why these? Yeah, we gotta dedicate these.
Yeah, we
So
gotta-
dedicate and rededicate.
Yes, yeah.
When you
And-
said two items, I'm sorry, I was thinking the Civil War and the Sampson
No,
Square.
the
Yeah.
Civil War is
a
later
whole
in
nother
this, because,
animal.
I think Veterans Day is too
Okay,
crowded,
so-
too crowded already.
Do we have anything going
If
on?
we
that
find,
Wednesday?
if we find a day, I don't know, Columbus Day or something like that, for example, just throwing it out there. And we could do something similar to what we do on Memorial Day, visiting cemeteries. So we could, it'd be some logistics, go to Sampson Square, do that first. Maybe nice limousine, we'll truck folks over to here, or vice versa. And then from here,
Because is this going to
straight
be
over
like
to the post.
an event for people to come and do, or is this more just a
This
small group of people?
observe.
Yeah, I was thinking like a small group of people.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I mean, honestly, I wasn't gonna look at like what they do for Memorial Day with the limo and all that stuff. It was, if you wanna come here, there's parking there,
yeah,
there's
Yeah.
parking here.
yeah,
Right.
okay.
All right.
You know, it's our first ones, I wanna make sure that we get the ceremony right.
Okay,
And then if it becomes, if I have a feeling it's probably just gonna be some people from the town.
yeah,
You know, from, Evan and Will and
yeah.
maybe
I'd
the
like to
select
have a
board.
selectman,
Yeah,
a select person.
yeah, we'll invite all of
Well,
them.
I do owe Mike Moran a call, cause he wanted me to update him on what was going on there. So I gotta talk to him about it.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't have to be on Veterans Day. I was just
No.
thinking around
Yeah.
Veterans
Yeah.
Day. So,
Yeah.
you know, just look at the calendar, whatever makes sense. Honestly, during the week might work out better with everybody's schedule. Might be able to.
However, if you're looking at guys, from the posts, okay, a lot of them still work. that
Yeah,
would-
but I
that
could
would
schedule it
participate
for.
in a color guard or,
I don't think we need a color guard.
I don't know.
We could, well, see, this is where,
Because
but, I mean, we don't
posting
have-
of the colors, usually that's,
Hmm.
you know, like the flag with the command flag and
Yeah.
whatnot. We're not a military unit, so we won't
Right.
have a need for that. We'll definitely be doing like the official welcome, the invocation, comments, all that, the presentation, benediction, and figuring out the, like, if we have no colors, then we don't even need to do the
Yeah.
retirements,
Right.
and we don't need to do taps. We just gotta do closing comments.
So Sampson Square, the colors are, yeah, I'm not worried about the colors there. The new flagpoles,
Yeah.
that could be,
Does it have, does it have to be a
How many
military
flagpoles
color
is it?
guard? Could it be a,
two, but one is the American flag and the other is the Native American flag.
Police department
Isn't
has
it?
them.
what?
There's
Police department has
it's
it,
for
fire
the
department
tribe,
has
the
it.
local tribe.
Right,
Oh,
That's
I
what I'm
didn't know.
thinking.
Okay.
Could we get either state police, local police, or fire department color guards?
Yeah, probably. That's what I'm thinking is, I think
And
really only for that
invite the
one.
veterans to participate, but not have to
Mhm.
be in a, color guard or
Yeah.
fire squad or.
They get to
or whatever.
observe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get enough for all the stuff.
Yeah.
Invite them to come and watch the
Because like
ceremony.
with this one, the posting of the colors, we could, for the ones here, we could do, you know, like, I'm trying, readily,
Yeah,
could do that when we put the flag up.
yeah. That's the only one that I think we would need to
Yeah,
do.
right.
Yeah,
We would need
so
to
if
put
we had a
some
color
colors.
guard to hold it out, put it up, and then we could have speakers or whatever play.
We're looking over here, we
Play
have
readily while we do it.
Revolutionary War, we've got we've got 11812 that I
Yeah.
know of. We've got, Civil War, and we've got one World War One, so it's a relatively short window of who's there. Is there anything, we can do with regard to, national anthem, when they raise the flag?
Well, that's what I was just saying, we could do, reveille,
Okay.
like what we do when
Yes,
we normally put
yes.
the flag up.
Yep.
It's the only thing I could think of, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't do retreat, because that's when you
Right.
Yeah, you bring it
take
down.
it down.
And the flags will not, there's American flag and a,
Native American
and
flag.
and the Indian
Native.
Indian flag, Native Indian flag. So we have to invite someone from the Native Indian to perhaps participate raising their flag. Cause
Yeah,
that'll be the
that-
first time it goes up too.
That's Andy Jefferson, but honestly, he hasn't had much luck with the tribe lately.
And if they're not gonna be there,
Well,
just,
like I
we
said,
can
we
do it
invite them,
ourselves.
if they
but-
don't come,
Yeah,
somebody else will raise it, huh?
we'll send out an email. And then I think David Meridian would come,
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
he could be our,
You
you
wouldn't
know,
miss it.
he could do our general comments
Yeah.
And I think that would be, you know, get a state representative out there.
Yeah, and I can work on maybe writing an official welcome.
Yeah.
I would definitely lean in the direction of a police presence rather than a military presence, only because I'm wondering what the sensitivities to the Native American tribe would be.
Well,
Considering the
aren't they
history.
native?
They've
aren't
had
they
veterans.
native
They were good.
military natives?
Yeah, they're veterans
yeah,
there, and
they're
that's why they were
veterans, so
jumping
they
on
wouldn't-
board
yeah,
with this.
alright,
Yeah,
That's
they
why
would
they
no
have the
issues.
flag, because of their veterans.
Yeah,
And then as far as some people like Carmen and who's the new commander down in South
Mike Moore.
Bradley?
Mike Moore.
Okay, so we just figure out a way to get them from point A to point B, we don't have to rent a vehicle.
Yeah.
I'd like to also invite, Stan Stapera, he's been post
Yeah.
commander forever, and he's just turning it over to Mike Moore.
yeah. So then maybe that's, maybe there's like 4 speakers, I'm thinking. You do the official, well, 5. You do the official welcome, you have an invocation.
Yeah.
General comments can be one of the select board members, and then David Meridian if he can show up.
Yeah.
And then closing comments can be from the Post and Legion.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, yeah, and the whole thing is, let's keep it to 30 minutes, in and out. You know, 30 minutes for the first one, come over here, 30 minutes later, we do the next one. And I think we're good. And then this will be a good dry run for the Vietnam Memorial plaque.
Right, we're gonna have to dedicate that to,
Yeah,
and I wanna open that up to anybody who wants to.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to let everybody know that with Mr. Berger's departure to Hudson, Evan is effectively the facilities manager. So it's good that Paul's on board.
Yes.
But I'll try to get a 5-minute conversation with Evan tomorrow just to keep him up to speed on what's going on.
Evan's Paul's boss, so.
Yeah, I wanna make sure that everybody does it, you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
I don't think Evan, I think I was actually gonna bring that up after, but I think if we go back on that and go, hey, plaques here, we need somebody to help hang it,
Yeah.
Evan will say like, all right, I got you.
I don't wanna digress, but I don't understand why Bob would have squawked about mounting that thing. It's so, it's not simple, but it's not, right,
His
it's,
contacts.
Liability, liability. Liability.
Oh, they're gonna do
Only-
invocation and
only.
then.
I think he was
Yeah.
just busting cannolis.
Well,
That's all.
maybe he was,
It's
but
a moot point now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we won't go there. Okay, moving on.
All right, any other questions or comments on the ceremonies?
Tuesday, November 12th?
Huh?
Tuesday, November 12th, day after Veterans Day.
they have to veterans.
Because nobody from the town hall's gonna be working.
Yeah, on Veterans Day, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's look at that date.
Or, the only other thought I had on scheduling would be if we went a little bit before Veterans Day, it just gets a little bit more press for Veterans Day out there. And
That's
hopefully
true.
we get more people to attend the event on Monday.
That is true.
So if we could maybe
We could do it on.
The week
move it up
before.
just a
Yeah.
tad.
The Thursday before?
Hmm?
The Thursday before.
I have something already for September 29th. I cannot get hit with that, nothing else on that date.
Yeah.
So November 7th.
Yeah, maybe look at that one.
I got nothing going on. So
Wait a
it
minute.
works for me.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I'll check it out.
Please do.
Yeah.
anything else? Okay, next up, Jim Gallagher plaque. I see you just, you handed this out to everybody, so, this.
A little bit of a oops. I really I goofed on my cut and paste, so the top section is what I've kind of narrowed down to. The bottom 3 paragraphs, I had kind of did a cut and paste on different ideas.
So it's the top section that's
The,
gonna
just
be on
the
the
top
plaque?
section that I was
Okay.
asking for input or advice or whatever word you wanna call
So I was
it.
gonna say the formatting for the first paragraph is different than the last 2.
So
I was like, hopefully you don't submit that. It's
No.
different
So
fonts.
everything underneath is
Is nothing.
Is,
Okay.
not
I'm
even,
gonna
not
say
even
nothing.
words spoken,
What do you mean?
like almost somebody's gonna get up and say something.
A dedication.
Oh, I wasn't, okay, I was just trying to get,
Yeah, we were just trying to get the
On the
plaque
plaque.
made. We weren't.
Plaque.
We can keep this though.
Speaking-
Ceremony
that's-
later.
So all the words that you wrote at the bottom, we're just gonna toss them out. But you did all that work.
Well, I wasn't. We'll save it, and then we can always come back to this.
but, no, all right, so for the plaque itself,
Top,
the top section,
Yep,
right,
got
okay.
that.
okay, so, and then the bottom pieces that I have there is just, stuff that we could, you're right, at the day of.
Yeah.
And then, do we wanna do something, what they call a bas, if I'm saying it right, bas relief, where you put a picture,
Like the one out in the hallway.
kinda like
with the police
Chief
chief.
Gallagher,
A raised
or
face.
whatever, not Gallagher,
A
whatever
raised
his name
face,
is,
Yeah.
McCormick, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
should put something on it.
Now, two things. It's gonna be indoors, so therefore, see, like that is, say, weatherproof because it's all bronze. It being indoors, and with today's, say, technology, you have options for how you, if you want a picture, how you have that picture glazed on or put on, however you wanna say it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about color, I'm not gonna go there, but anyway, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be cast in bronze.
Right.
Another reason for not going cast in bronze, with the picture at least, is because of the cost. Alright, so, with not a bronze picture and the wording, approximate dimension, I don't know, I gotta look over them on it, but say, no bigger than 18 by 24, you're looking at anywhere, say, close to minimum, say, $4,000, up to possibly $5,000. Again, depending on how we wanna do a picture, or do we want a picture, or just the words.
I think if we can get some examples of
Okay.
words and a picture.
So,
And we'd have to figure out what type of picture we wanna use too.
yeah, typical, headshot type of thing, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I do have an appointment with him tentative next Tuesday to go to his shop and see the examples of pictures and such as
Okay.
that. So I can get, maybe take my phone, take pictures of
Yep.
his pictures, or maybe he can give me if he has, I don't know, pamphlet or whatever, so. And at this, prior to that, though, I wanna go to the area we're considering mounting it, is you don't wanna put it on a
On a blank wall.
no, you don't wanna
Yeah.
put it on a stanchion, not a stanchion, a post over here where the pole takers are, or you want it, say, at the entrance,
Yeah.
where people going in a town meeting are gonna see it.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing too.
Okay. I am, because Holly is on Zoom and she can't see this. Holly, I'm gonna read this aloud. So what the plaque, currently what Sean is suggesting the plaque says, or say, is dedicated to the memory of James Jim Gallagher, a longtime resident of Grafton, serving on many boards and committees, was a coach to several Grafton Little League teams, an active member in the parish of St. Mary's Church. Jim's favorite words were, "All that is not given is lost." So the two things that I see is, on the line, was a coach. I would get rid of several and just put was a coach to Grafton Little League teams.
Okay.
And we do not mention that he was a veteran.
No, nope, it did not mention.
Okay.
He was a
So,
Vietnam vet.
yeah,
Served his country with
I-
distinction.
Now, not to be splitting hairs, but he always said Vietnam era veteran.
Mm-hmm.
So, as opposed to like in country, not in
Yeah.
country.
well,
His opinion was he never served in Vietnam.
Right,
He,
Yeah.
he,
No, he's an era
they
vet.
did, they
He's an era
did,
vet.
they did the payroll out of Okinawa and delivered it.
yeah,
So he would fly in, drop the payroll, fly out.
yeah,
So he didn't like to say he was a Vietnam vet.
yes.
So I like what Lucas just suggested. We could always say a longtime resident of Grafton who served his country during the Vietnam era.
That works.
Served.
And then you
Well-
could make, or,
I mean, if you don't even want to add the Vietnam, you
Yeah.
could always just say served his country with distinction.
yep. And then you can move,
Say US Army.
Yeah, served the U.S.
Yeah,
Army with
yeah.
distinction, something like that.
and then you can combine, you can make served on many Grafton boards and committees and was a coach to several, or what, and was a coach to Grafton Little League teams.
Okay.
Want to mention the branch of service?
Served on?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Holly?
Sorry, do you want to mention the branch he was in?
Yeah, branch.
Yeah.
Say,
US
I'd
Army.
say US Army versus National Guard or something like that, you know, so it's to serve this distinction with,
Yeah, served in the
Yeah,
U.S.
within
Army
the-
with
yeah.
distinction.
right. Then you don't have to say error or nothing.
Yeah.
So we got time to let Sean work it up and he'll bring it back.
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of time, Andy, the trophy person, did suggest trying to purchase this year if we can. Only because he anticipates
Cost increase.
higher prices, higher
Yeah,
costs.
that's not a problem.
Yeah, we got time.
Our next, we're gonna move to monthly for these meetings for the foreseeable future, cause we've got a lot of these
Well,
dedications
I
and
don't
stuff.
know
we need to
if he meant, see, we're talking fiscal year for us.
What did he mean?
I don't know if he
Yeah.
means calendar year,
Because we already filled out a purchase order, right?
not for
Not for
the
the
Jim
black.
Gallagher
No,
plaque.
not for Jim Gallagher, okay, I'm sorry, I
Right.
thought you
Yeah.
were talking about the Vietnam, all right.
No,
Yeah, no, I'm still I'm talking calendar year.
okay.
I was just
all right.
saying, yeah, cause our next meeting will be in October, because we've got so much going on right now, I wanna try to knock out a lot of these things.
Right, okay.
So, if we can get you'll have more of the plaque information,
Yep,
you know, you'll have pamphlets for us.
Right.
We'll have words.
yes.
October, we should be able to make a decision on, yes, this is the plaque we want, let's get the quotes, let's do the purchase order,
Yeah,
and we'll get it and move forward.
okay.
So, yeah, it's not a problem.
What else? That's all I got for that at the moment.
All right, any questions or, yeah, I answered Holly's question, it was on the Army. Okay, any questions on the plaque?
Only question I have is, are we footing the whole bill for it from this committee?
Oh, that was,
Or is it
Okay.
gonna be us in town and other departments combined, or?
It depends on the price. If the
Yeah.
price is, I mean, if we're talking $5,000, then I would ask the town to help out.
Yeah.
And I don't anticipate any issues with that.
Okay.
All right, Gold Star Mothers.
Okay, I have done, at the request of one young man, about 2.5 years ago, a year and a half ago, walking through, cemetery, my initial, exposure to this thing. So I did research for him, found out, yes, his great-great-grandmother was, Gold Star Mother. And I said, before I go placing Gold Star flags, I wanna make sure I get them all. Now, I just finished my research, and it's timely. National Gold Star Mother Day is, September 29th.
Yep.
It's a Sunday morning. Unfortunately, you're not gonna get a lot of townspeople that are up on able to do it on a Sunday morning. It's not a business day, so you're not gonna have selectmen or anybody else unless you invite them. My intent, I have been speaking with, the Executive Veterans Council, state of Massachusetts. And, they said, well, what is your plan? I said, I'd like to get the town involved with this whole process. I know who they are, I know what we wanna do. I purchased flags for the occasion, I'll show those in a couple seconds. And the, close to brain fart. Anyways, I have 17 known, graves of, mothers who lost sons in World War One or World War Two.
Mhm.
I know where the locations are. I have made some decisions on myself with regard to this before I connecting with all you guys, because it's so timely. We gotta get that stuff done. The lady in executive, she says, I will give you a proclamation, because this is the first time Grafton has ever done this.
Yep.
This is 75 or 85 years too late, not too late, but should have been done after World War One. They never did it.
Yep.
Didn't do it after World War Two either, so better late than never. This is gonna get done. We've set up, we have to set up with the town that we wanna come in and on the 17th of September.
That's already
That's
done,
all
we
set
just
up.
need the proclamation.
Okay.
So if you have those words,
We will get it, they're in the process of coming to me in the mail. Proclamation from this veterans group, proclamation from the governor, which I didn't know about a little while ago, and they said we'll get a proclamation from the governor. I have it on good notice, we'll also have a proclamation from the town for this occasion.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
what they were gonna do is take what you were putting, they thought we were putting together the proclamation,
Oh,
so they were
okay.
gonna put it in a certificate.
Okay,
So I think we'll have to clarify that with Amber.
Well, I need something in writing to give to Amber before she goes away for her wedding and her honeymoon, which is Wednesday.
ooh,
Okay.
see if I can get that from executive tomorrow. I won't, obviously won't see him tonight, but I can talk to them first thing in the morning and try to get that, post haste to me. Yeah, if nothing else, I can't get the actual proclamation, give me the words in it, so they'll be able to
Get us
see it.
Well-
anything, yeah.
But I think we need to, because Amber was looking to put this in a certificate. So I don't think Amber knows that they are sending us, I mean, if they're mailing something, they're sending us something official.
Yes, it's an official.
Yeah,
Now, what I'm looking for is one of this committee will read the proclamation. One of this committee will read the citation, okay?
I think the select board was reading these.
That's fine, well, somebody reads it,
That-
okay?
That's what I
Yeah.
asked them to do,
Okay,
to make it official.
all right.
So, and they agreed.
Volunteers tribute.
My intent here is, like I said, this is a Gold Star Mothers flag, which will, obviously, it doesn't stick on the ground because I got the points guarded so I don't scratch or anything. But this will stand in the front of each Gold Star Mothers flag, each Gold Star Mothers grave,
Yep.
the morning of September 29th. I have also purchased a 3x5 flag of similar architecture that will be flown out here on the special occasions flag next to the American flag in front of the senior center. Okay?
Who puts that one up?
I have asked a member of the family of Ruth Jordan, Robert Prout, who would have been who was the veteran in Memorial Day that passed out unfortunately before we received the citation that the town was gonna give him. Okay, but he's a member of the Jordan family. Asked him to help mount that flag, to raise that flag on the morning of the 29th.
Okay.
I've also asked Bill Hanley, his great grandmother is Joseph Sampson, wife.
Yeah.
She's also Gold Star mother. I've also asked Todd Carroll, who is the grandmother, is the son of the great grandson of the one that put this idea in my head and now it'll be done. I'd like to ask him. I've asked him to put this thing at his great grandmother's grave.
Yep.
I'm in the process of contacting other people that are related to my list. I want living members of many of the families that I can get between now and the 29th of September. I'd like to have them all by the 17th. I don't know that I can, but I'm trying. So, now, on the 17th, the town will announce to, the selectmen's board will announce to the town that we're doing this, okay? And that should have been done a long time ago, so something to that, let them figure out the words. But I want to have someone besides, well, let's say Bob and Bill will raise the flag here on September 29th, the morning of. And I want the people that are gonna put these flags out to be there when they raise that flag, so then they go out into the various locations in town and place these flags for the day,
Okay.
okay? We looked at $20 flags, we look at all kinds of stuff. This could have been $75 per grave, okay? And I didn't know if $450 is gonna be enough and all this other stuff. So this is what I got.
No, that's
It's
perfect.
relatively sturdy, okay?
It looks good.
No, it looks good.
But we can't leave it up all day. We can't leave it up for weeks.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
figure, yeah, leave it up the day and
It'll take a
probably.
wear and tear on it that we don't want to buy these flags every year,
Yep.
okay?
So with Amber, I think Amber is thinking that the town has to make a proclamation. So if you could just circle back with her tomorrow,
So when I,
and if the town wants to make a proclamation, I can come up with something,
Yeah.
and I'll send that out. Maybe over the weekend, at the latest. I'll work to get
There's
it done.
one name on this list. I want to make you guys aware of this. This is kind of scary, but this is the research I found. For Franklin Sumner Clark, his mother okay. He died on February 1st, September 10th, 1918, killed in action. His mother died on September 26th, 1918. She died 16 days after he was killed. Okay? I think hearing about her son put her on the other side. Okay? I have one additional one that they're researching for me what to do with. William Delisle, the namesake for Delisle Goulet Post over here, Post 92. His mother died in 1902. He died in 1918. She raised him as a child. He went to war, but it was after she died. Okay, the state is looking for something that we can do for her that similar to Gold Star Mother, but it won't be Gold Star Mother.
Okay.
Okay, so it's still in the research on that one.
Well, and they changed it to Gold Star Families, so if he has other family members,
There's nobody.
there's nobody else.
There's nobody
Okay.
else. His father is, I don't know where the father is. There's no record of him.
Okay.
Okay, and her mother and father might be classified as Gold Star family.
Yeah.
If I don't have any record on them when they died. I have to figure out that, try to get that done before, and if they are Gold Star family eligible, I'll have to purchase another flag and another frame.
Okay.
Okay, to date, I am into this for 20 flags and 20 frames and a 3x5 Gold Star Mother flag to the tune of $407. You guys gave me $450. I found a better deal on flags
Yeah.
without putting $28 each on them.
All right.
Okay,
So you should have enough if you have to purchase one more.
is that all the
that's
documentation?
that's all. I have copies if you lose it.
Okay.
Sure.
That's to my wife's credit card, so. She did us a big favor. She let us use her Amazon Prime account, and she saved us well over $100.
You can go through Bob. Bob
Yeah,
can place the
Bob's
orders,
got
and
Amazon
we get
Prime
tax
with
free
the
and
town.
everything through the town.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. You
So-
just send what you want to Bob,
well, yeah,
and then
that's all. It's like I say, it's all paid for.
yeah. Okay.
He just wants reimbursement.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions on Gold Star mothers, families?
The only last thing I wanna do, I'm thinking about this, I've been thinking about it 3 or 4 nights now. I'd like to invite the young man that put me onto this in the first place. I'd like to invite him to that selectman meeting so I can personally thank him for
Yeah,
having,
sounds good.
having enough honor for his grandmother, great grandmother, to talk to a perfect stranger and give him, put the seed in my head,
Yeah.
okay?
All right.
I'd like to invite him to that meeting and thank him personally.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, thank you.
I'm good with that.
Emphasis on stranger.
Stranger danger.
So the next item on our list is the Civil War marker. I have the emails from George Maple. What we need to do is determine a date.
Yes.
And I was hoping Anne Marie Foley would be here, just so she let me know that she couldn't be here, because I want to try to coordinate this with the children. So I think what's going to be important is we need to start looking at dates for this one, so we can start at least the coordination piece. And Bob, since I'm going to be out, would you mind just starting to look at some dates and maybe engaging with the school to see if there's a time that works good for them on when we can get them out?
Okay, do we have a contact at the school?
No, not yet. That I was hoping to talk with
School we looking at? High school or middle school?
whatever school
Any
makes the
school.
most sense.
Probably North Street, not up North Street, Route 30 Elementary School.
At the same time, don't they do American history in high school as
So
well?
that's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
is if we're gonna do a Civil War, we should try to find whatever grade
Yeah.
Is doing
is when they're
Civil War,
learning
yes,
about the Civil
yes,
War.
Yes.
So my thought is if we could get with like the district superintendent and ask them, or whoever is over all the schools, and just say, hey, what makes the most sense to do this? They may want several,
Yeah.
but,
I can make some phone calls, I got some names in mind.
okay,
Unless
So-
they can direct me maybe to the right person, so.
yeah. But once we get the dates, then we can coordinate with George Maple there and get that, moving forward.
So Andy, you're gonna present at the select board meeting? If you're gonna thank the guy in person?
Yeah, I'd like to at least thank him in person, but I don't know about presenting this whole thing. I'm
Just a brief rundown of the work you put into it, and then thank him, I mean, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we don't wanna steal your thunder.
No, I don't want any thunder. That's the first, no.
I never want any
no,
thunder, and
no,
I'm always
no.
up there, so you can do it now.
I've done all the work. Okay?
Exactly.
I want it done, and I don't necessarily want to talk about it. But I'm gonna have to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna make more sense coming from you, because if we tried to say what you did, we're not gonna do it justice.
Yeah, I'll have to write it so I can finish that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 3x5
I
card.
was just gonna say that. One
Not-
side.
But he writes really small.
But I gotta put one side with me, so I remember who I am.
Right? Yeah, I know. But then you have it reverse, and people are like, "Why does it say me?"
Maybe we'll get lucky, they'll put it towards the
You
front,
notice I'm
not all the way
not,
at
you
the end.
notice I'm not looking at the camera, cause if I had to look at that camera and talk,
Yeah, I know.
Love talking.
All right. Yes. So next thing. So Candy reached out to me earlier in the week and asked us to add something. Candy, are you online?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect. So unfortunately, you are coming in very low as well. So we're all going to be very quiet and let you have the floor. So if we're not talking, that's why.
Okay, I'm on my phone too, so I'm sorry.
No worries.
But I'm just here. I'm just here because I don't know if all of you know, but Franny Casey, who used to work for the town, is somebody who I actually help on Sundays. But I was talking with Evan, and he served the town for about 62 years or so, is a Korean veteran, and he has a little island that's across from his house that also has, I believe, some veteran markers and stuff already there. But I was talking to Evan about finding a way to have something to dedicate to him in town for his years of service. And, I said it would be best if, we could put it right outside his house. He sits on his porch. He's going to be 91 in October. And that way he could see it, have something for serving the town so much in different capacities. And because that island already has stuff, I figured it would be best to ask for support from your group. Daryl, you as well, knowing this because that you probably have to maintain. But nothing big. I did go with Kevin Gallagher. We found a rock that's about maybe no more than 2-3 feet wide and high that we were looking to put there. So not a great impact, but just something to dedicate to him for everything he's done for this town. He's literally lived here all his life. And I figured, this is something, most people don't know he has dementia. So this is something that he obviously still very much is aware of and brings up. So I thought it would be a great idea to honor him and do that and just give him a little something, from the town.
Is this the island where 146 and 122 split?
140.
Or 140.
No, yeah,
Yeah, Quincy Corner. Yep.
Quincy Corner.
And there's a World War I monument there now. We did remove a tree there this year as well. I mean, I'm not against the idea one bit, but that island is a target for
Every trail
For-
in the world.
Yeah.
trucks. I mean, again, I'm not against putting it there. We'd have to find some. I'm surprised that monument is still there as it is right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
that's
one
what I
gets
was
smacked all
thinking.
the time.
Yeah.
If it was a cat, I mean, it's got one life left before it's getting hit. But other than that, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, Casey's been around quite a long time.
Franny,
Franny Casey?
Right.
Yep.
yeah, Franny was 10th Mountain Division. I
Yeah.
don't know who that is.
He
has
was
not-
with the
he has not
highway
worked-
department. He worked for the town hall for
He
a
hasn't
long
watched,
time.
he hasn't
I've only been hit
he hasn't
through
matched-
the
he hasn't matched for a good 5 years, 7 years.
I just saw him this morning walking into his house. Yeah.
So, Candy, do you have pictures of the rock that you and that you said that you had found?
Get him from Kevin.
Okay.
I'll get it from Kevin because he has it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to send that to us, and then trying to think, that's the only thing there, right? Is that one
There's one-
memorial?
The only thing that is in that area is that one memorial with the crushed stone around it. There is that electrical box in the front of it, but that tree was hit, so that's gone. And there's a flagpole there that a tall flagpole there as well. That flagpole I've
And
replaced
that's not the
3 times in 18
That's not
years.
the
so.
original one either.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if it's a small. Well, then that just might mean that it turns to gravel.
You said Kevin had it, so I'm assuming it's that irregular shaped boulder that we had up at the common at one point, where they were picking between the two of them for the plaque that was put up there.
You have a picture. It was when it was like still in the ground, so I can get him to take one of it because it's in the back of his truck to give you a better scope of what it is. But it's more flat. It's not round. It's more probably squarish. It's got its own character. But it's something that we looked at and he said this would be great to be able to stand up, put a plaque on. So I kind of followed his guidance too a little bit on that.
Put a rock there and then put.
And then a plaque.
Gotcha.
on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to.
Another plaque on the actual monument though.
Well, I think they're moving a rock.
Yeah.
Big old
there.
separate
They'll have to
boulder.
dig a hole, put the rock in, fill it in, and then put the plaque on the rock.
They did a something similar for Steve Spazzato at the top of Bruce Street.
Yep.
It's some type of a square thing, monument for him at that point. That could work. That could work there.
So, yeah, Candy, if you want to send us the pictures, what I'm thinking. So I think that there could be maybe a couple of options here. Either do it in the location that you asked for. I am concerned about the damage
Yeah.
and things like that. I think that could. I don't want to cause you any more trouble, and all of a sudden, we've got a memorial that's just been destroyed because of the traffic there. So, and then the other thought is, we moved that Polish monument to the park. And we've kind of started making that kind of into like a veterans memorial park.
Yeah,
And my thought is that we could maybe place it there. Now, I know that doesn't give you the same impact as what you were looking for, but it would be better protected as well.
he has lived on that corner
Hang on.
forever.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
I
that.
think that's more the main goal too. I think it was just something I thought there because he could see it, but obviously if we're gonna invest some money in it, then we wanna be sure it's something that's going to, you know, withstand at least some time. So I get it, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Andy.
Because he's lived in North Grafton his entire life,
Mhm.
okay? If you're gonna honor the guy, you probably wanna honor him the section of town respect his entire life.
Yeah,
I like the idea in South Grafton, in that little park there with the Polish monument. But he did, this is a North Grafton thing. I think, his honor should be there.
So we get the picture from Kevin and Candy, and then we go and look at the site and decide on
Yeah.
there.
Can we
It's
get
just
a
a
bigger
town.
rock?
What is it, like Civil War here? Like,
Oh,
Northern
yeah.
South-
It's work-
I think Grafton's Grafton.
No,
Okay.
sir. How long you been here?
oh,
So,
There's three
no,
Graftons.
there's 3 Grafton's. All right, another thought,
Segregation.
I don't wanna say Ferry Street, not Ferry.
You have
history to learn here, my friend.
What's the street across from Washington Mills? Where
Bridge Street, Bridge Street, Bridge.
you got
Street.
Bridge Street,
Yeah.
no, all right, if you,
To the
Down
right
where
of the
that
park,
open
to the
spaces.
right,
of the little
There-
park
there's a
there.
little park up there.
There's a park right there across from Washington Mills where there used to be a cannon, there used to be a big
Yes,
building. Yes,
Yes.
that'd be perfect.
I would say put it there, because it still has the anchor chain
There
fence,
you go.
has the anchor chain fence, and that's never been hit.
No,
Now, the issue is,
And people will actually
Yeah.
see it, because
Who
if they go
owns-
visit the little park thing.
who owns that land? Because, and another thing, going forward, there has been some discussion about making that old park, the one that, the long rectangle shaped
Mhm.
park, upgrading that to something,
yes.
a common area where people can go and hang out.
An official
Yeah.
park versus just
Right,
surrounded with concrete.
right.
do you know who owns it? Do you
I don't know
maintain
who
it?
owns that little square in the front there. I do know that the town does own that park in the back, and I know they've been approached by quite a few people for that area in the past. So yeah, I don't know who actually owns on
Yeah.
122, 140 there. Couldn't tell you. I've never seen the town really get involved in it. I was over there actually working with the highway department doing the other, where they have the flagpole for the Stephen Roney Park there. They have
Yes.
that little island there.
Yeah.
As far as over there, I've got no clue.
Yeah,
I can
so,
track that out.
I think,
Yeah, if you don't mind.
if we can, I think, as you said, that people will see it, it looks like a memorial piece already.
Yeah.
Not that the square doesn't, but you don't wanna take away from his
Yeah,
honor,
yeah.
and you don't wanna take away from the reason this big stone is already there.
Yeah, World War One.
Well, we don't have to solve
I
it
always
tonight.
find.
All,
Yeah,
all
I
the
think-
deceased from World War One are on stone, so,
Yeah.
I mean.
See, I always find memorials are supposed to be something that you stop, look at, like.
I
If
agree.
you do it there, like there's no.
Yeah.
It's like on two major roads. You can't just
and
like
you
stop.
Can't really, you
No.
can't really
Well-
get out of your car and look at it right there.
Yeah.
And you'll go to a Worcester with somebody else.
All right, so
let's,
Candy's gonna send us the rock
yeah,
pictures. Daryl, if you could figure out who owns that for us, please. And then Sean, are you by that place? I'm not familiar with that place.
yeah,
If you could just take some pictures
yeah,
so we can, look at it and make sure.
sure.
The last question I have, Candy, who are you approaching us to pay for this as well, or are y'all going to be? Is the group that you're working with going to be paying for this, or the town?
I spoke with Evan briefly, and the first steps were, to do this, and
Okay.
we're gonna. So it's nothing from you. I think the biggest cost is going to be the plaque part of it, which I have yet to do, just because I figure we need to make sure all the other pieces fall in place before we order something. But yeah, no, it's not something I don't think we're looking or I'm looking to, get funding for.
I think so while we don't have a location down, and I will look to you because I'm not going to make another memorial unless you were. But I think, if you're okay with it, I think the board agrees, the committee agrees that we're good with it. And we can, do we need to take a vote on that? Probably.
No, we are
No?
not spending any money, we're just supporting the project.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you have our support. We'll help you pick a location that makes sense. So I think it was a great idea to do that triangle, but yeah.
Yeah, you want it
So-
to stay, you don't want it to go.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Roll.
So, yeah, we can definitely help you pick out a location and things that's not a problem.
And then this also is something I'll have to obviously go to the select board. Evan mentioned
Yeah.
that last one. So, I mean, that might be something in the future once we work everything out. I may also ask one of you to attend if that's the case, just so that way they, we're there together and just pitch it at once if that's okay.
That works for me. Just so you're aware, I am going to be out on vacation for the next 3 weeks. So if you need something between now and then, just please CC Bob as well in the email.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you.
Have a great night.
You too. Anything else that we haven't covered?
Question,
All right.
like we don't have enough here, but do we invite anybody for the flag raising for the 29th of September?
We invite everybody.
Yeah.
We invite everybody.
We invite
That is
everybody.
that is National Gold Star Mother's Day.
Right.
That's the day. So
Yep.
I'd like to see selectmen. I'd like to see
Yeah.
Meridian and Senator Moore if he's available. And
On your 3x5 card, that's what you're gonna.
well,
Yes, invite everybody.
Maybe that's what I say at the very end after 2.5 minutes.
Save the best for the last, yeah.
Yeah. And we can, I send Cindy an email and just ask her, I'll put an invite together and ask her to email it out to all the board and the select board members and stuff as
Yeah.
well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you can knock that out while I'm gone, but yeah, that's easy. And then Holly?
So I just put in the chat, just an idea. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so understand Bob, like he's suffering from dementia, but pictures are key to folks with dementia and words for the constant memory. So just an idea. I know if we put the plaque in a different area, my suggestion was to get like a frame picture to kind of.
She was talking about something to
Yeah.
put in his residence, and because of his medical condition,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he may not be in that house for long, we don't know.
Yeah.
right.
We can definitely bring that up with Candy. It sounds like that the town and Candy is gonna work the plaque itself. They're just coming to us for the location, but we can definitely suggest that.
Understood, and I didn't realize he may not be in that location. Sorry.
Actually, I was gonna also ask you for the Gold Star Mothers. I know that you're working with the churches for the toiletry drive and food drive, which Andy has a check for you, by the way, that Sean has. He'll drop it off later. But if you can engage with the churches, the Boy Scouts and girls, the Boy Scout contacts that you have, Andy, feel free to reach out to the churches that you know of and or that you have connections with, and the Boy Scout, Girl Scouts that you have connections.
This being a Sunday morning,
Yeah.
okay, I'd like to do it as early as possible. I've got people that want to, if you have noontime, you can have all kinds of people there, but I'd like it done early in the morning.
Yeah.
That way that flag's flying all day long, and the flags are flying in the cemeteries all day long.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can make a decision on how long we leave them out, so they don't get destroyed, and then we have to put them away. And I also wanna make sure that the town realizes this year is the September 29th. Next year is the last Sunday in September, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
And this is a continuous thing, you don't do it once and you're done.
No, we'll have to go in front of the select board every year and
Okay.
ask for this, but that's not a problem. And then the other thing I was gonna say is, even if the church doesn't attend, if they could still talk about it
Yes,
during their
yep, yep.
services. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
Have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Give a second. Okay. Roll call vote to adjourn. Bob,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Holly,
Aye.
Lucas,
Yes.
Justin is aye. This meeting is adjourned. Thank y'all very much.